This thing right now for the White House and Washington and all this politics stuff is just to stay calm. The guy that's going to win the election is going to be the guy that's cool and collective and comes up with a good plan and uses common sense and logic. Our current president right now gets emotional, and there's nothing wrong with getting emotional as long as it's justified emotion and not just out of anger, because we can't say things out of anger. I mean, there's a lot of injustice going on regardless of what Biden does, or regardless of what our current president does. There's a lot of injustice, so we need to find a way to keep calm and kind of learn from others how emotion, because I think a lot of the stuff that happened with Brooks at Wendy's in Atlanta, definitely what happened probably with Floyd, and Amber Geiger and all of that stuff. Aaron Dean in Fort Worth, he shot through the window. Brianna, where the cops, I think the police shot like 20 or 30 bullets or something, I don't remember how many bullets, until they killed her, shot into her house. All that's coming out of emotion. So what we need to do, and we need to find out a way to, when we approach the debate and we find out who is going to be the president, it's going to be the one that's calm and collective and wants to get things together and go for peace. Don't even aggressively go to peace, just go to peace, meaning find peace. Find a way to create peace, right? We want peace. We don't want the bad guys, okay? We don't want the bad guys to win, okay? We want the good guys to win. And why does the good guys win? Because they use what's in what Paul talks about in the New Testament, the fruit of the Spirit. And we all know that patience is part of it, okay? You don't have to know all of them if you know patience, okay? You can know all of them. Kindness is probably one of them, okay? Patience is one of them. Just a little patience, right? Yeah. Just a little. I've been walking the street right now. No, I'm not really, but patience is one of them. Being kind is another, right? We want to be kind to one another and be nice and be respectful. A lot of the things, what was interesting, and hey, really be kind, okay? Really be kind. Because what's interesting in what happened with Brooks and Wendy's is the cop was kind. And Brooks was pretty kind too. That's not kindness. Acting kind and having the intent that I'm going to put you in bondage and put you behind bars during a time when people are dying because of a deadly coronavirus is not kindness. You can't even do that with kindness. That puts someone in extreme fear. Brooks may have been running from his life because he thought maybe, I'll just die in there. Possibly. Right? I don't want to go into bondage. I don't want to go into prison right now because I'll die in there. COVID or something like that might get me. It might or might not. Nobody really knows. But that's probably what he was thinking. So he panicked and he ran for his life. And they killed him as he ran away. And that's wrong. And that guy will go to prison. So that police officer is going to prison. Okay? Now, with the Floyd situation, I think all of them should go to prison. They sat there and watched a man die because of another man's anger. The reason that police officer had his knee on the back of his neck was not because of a political reason. The reason his knee was on the back of Floyd's neck was because of anger. So we want to see a president that can use the fruit of the spirits. Let's start with patience. Let's also start with kindness. Let's try some moderation. Throw in a little bit of moderation. And let's pray, and let's focus on what all the fruit of the spirits are. And we know that patience is a big, long suffering, right? Enduring, learning how to use patience and not get emotional and crazy and flip out. Moderation is part of that too. So we have to learn the fruit of the spirits, and that the fruit of the spirit is going to elect the next president. Okay, whoever uses the fruit of the spirit the best. That's my because that stuff about Herby, breathing, respect, that's comical. It's a comedy. It's actually a romantic ghost comedy. It's a ghost story. It's a romantic ghost story. But we have to use all of the fruit of the spirits. And look it up. It's right there in the New Testament. You can find it. Paul talked about it. Paul talked about it, I believe, in one of his epistles. He talked about how are we going to overcome. We're going to overcome with the fruit of the spirits.